A blundering miscalculation is leading Russia into an unprecedented economic meltdown. And additionally, the Nord Stream 1 and 2 gas pipelines are useless. It is assured that only the Nord Stream 2 had a construction cost of more than $11,000 million, which is practically lost because, as things are going, both pipelines will not be used again to send fuel to Europe. That is the price that the Kremlin has to pay for the audacity to attack a country that was at peace and that never represented a threat to Russia. But the question is, where is the Russian gas now? Moscow's current gas export infrastructure is mainly oriented to the west, but its customers are increasingly located in the east of the Asian continent. However, the necessary infrastructure to supply these eastern customers is still lacking. Resolving this discrepancy between the distribution channel and the customer is a complex task that will probably take several years. This problem is just one aspect of the broader ramifications of Moscow's assault on Ukraine. As a result of the war, Russia today finds itself cut off from Europe, which has historically been its main gas export market. With such vast reserves at its disposal, what has Russia done to use its excess fuel? Russia successfully delivered more than 150 billion cubic meters of gas via pipeline in 2021. This impressive amount of gas is enough to meet the total annual consumption of Austria, France, and Germany combined. In fact, Europe received most of Russia's gas exports, which also included flows of liquefied natural gas. In light of the disruption caused by the invasion of Ukraine, Moscow has been looking for alternative markets and expanding existing ones, while pledging to provide gas to various regions within Russia that are currently not connected to the national grid. Despite these efforts, Russia's surplus of 90 billion cubic meters of gas, which it was shipping via pipeline, remains unsold, putting further pressure on its already battered economy. In addition, the sharp drop in gasoline prices, which has exceeded 50% this year, has further dampened profits. Before the conflict, oil and gas accounted for more than a third of Russia's budget revenues. Russia's gas industry, a sector that has seen a major struggle, has seen declining gas revenues for both the state and its largest producer in the country, Gazprom. The country's gas production has suffered a decline of more than 13% during the first 5 months of this year, compared to the corresponding period in 2022, even as oil production remains stable. Most of the decline in gas exports, which were transported to Europe via the pipeline, can be attributed to Gazprom. If it weren't for Novatek maintaining its production levels and Rosneft increasing its supplies to the local market, the drop would have been much worse. At the start of the conflict, European leaders accused Moscow of exploiting gas distribution as a means of retaliation, cutting off supplies to punish nations that supported Ukraine. Europe filled its storage sites last summer with the most expensive gas the region has ever seen. A mild winter helped Europe weather a deepening energy crisis. However, replacing Europe has not been easy for Moscow. As a result, prices rose, and Europe was filled with gas from countries like the US. Consequently, the gas that Russia sold to Europe through pipelines continues underground, waiting to be extracted, but, yes, at a much slower rate than before February 2022.